Struggling with high blood sugar? These 7 proven tricks lower blood sugar faster than anything you've ever tried, and honestly, some take just minutes. Stick around because that last one is so powerful and it can totally transform the way your body burns fat and handles sugar. Today, we're diving deep into 7 proven tricks to lower your blood sugar naturally and quickly. And I'm not talking about tips that might help someday. I mean stuff that starts working now. Some of these you can do in minutes, and when you get to trick number 7, you'll see why it's the most powerful of all. Let's get started. Trick number 1. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT. If you want to drop your blood sugar like a rock, HIIT is your secret weapon. And you don't need to spend an hour in the gym, sweating bullets and lifting weights until your arms feel like spaghetti. I'm talking just a few minutes, that's it. Short bursts of high effort, maybe 20 to 30 seconds, followed by plenty of rest. Here's why it works. Every time you contract your muscles during high-intensity exercise, your body demands fuel. And guess what it burns first? Sugar. HIIT literally vacuums excess glucose from your bloodstream and shuttles it into your muscles for energy. It's like a sugar mop. Here are some examples. Think burpees. Think jumping up on a box and back down, also known as plyometrics. Even resistance training in short, aggressive bursts. Anything that gets your muscles working hard and fast, followed by rest, will trigger this effect. If you've ever had a big cheat meal or just feel the crash coming on, HIIT can be your emergency button to bring those sugar levels down fast. Trick number 2, apple cider vinegar. ACV could actually be your best friend after a high-carb meal. Apple cider vinegar contains something called acetic acid. That's the magic ingredient. Here's what acetic acid does. It slows down the digestion of carbs and reduces the post-meal blood sugar spike by up to 34%. That's not a small bump, it's a big drop. This means when you have a carby meal, like pasta, rice, bread, or sweets, taking apple cider vinegar right after can really soften the blow on your blood sugar. The trick is in the timing and the dose. About 1 tablespoon in a glass of water, roughly 8 ounces, right after eating. That's all it takes. And that same acetic acid helps your muscles soak up more glucose. So instead of sugar hanging out in your bloodstream causing chaos, it goes where it should, into your muscles to be used as fuel. Trick number 3, go for a post-meal walk. This one's so simple yet wildly effective. After you eat, especially if you gave in to carbs you weren't planning on, just go for a walk. Just a nice walk, about 25 to 30 minutes. Walking forces your muscles to contract, which helps use up the glucose in your blood from that meal. Instead of it turning into fat or cholesterol, your body burns it off during the walk. And if you're thinking, but I just want to sit down after dinner, think again. This small change, just standing up and walking, can be the difference between your blood sugar spiking and staying stable. It's especially great if you've been guilted into eating that birthday cake or pasta dinner with friends or family. Don't beat yourself up, just go for a walk. Trick number 4, potassium and magnesium. These 2 minerals are honestly essential for healthy blood sugar, but most people are running low on both. Let's start with potassium. You need potassium to store sugar in your liver. You also need it to push glucose into your muscles. Without enough potassium, your cells basically reject the sugar, and your pancreas freaks out. It starts pumping out more insulin, and more insulin leads to fat storage, cravings, and the blood sugar roller coaster nobody wants to ride. Low potassium equals sugar chaos. Now, magnesium is equally important. Your pancreas, the part of your body responsible for producing insulin, needs magnesium to work properly. Without it, insulin doesn't get made the right way. In fact, almost every person with diabetes is low in magnesium. Just by supplementing magnesium, you can improve how your body handles sugar. It supports insulin production, lowers inflammation, and even helps with sleep, which is another blood sugar regulator. If you're serious about stabilizing blood sugar, these 2 minerals, potassium and magnesium, should be your non-negotiables. Trick number 5, ketone supplements. Let's talk about an alternative fuel source your brain absolutely loves: ketones. Your brain can run on two fuels, glucose and ketones. But here's the kicker. When your brain runs solely on glucose for too long, it starts starving certain nerve cells. That's really the foundation of neurodegenerative diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's. But when you feed your brain ketones, it suddenly has a cleaner, more stable fuel source. Ketone supplements can give your brain this cleaner fuel immediately, without you having to fast or cut all carbs right away. And when your brain starts using ketones, your need for glucose goes down, which instantly helps balance blood sugar. You'll feel the effects fast: better focus, less brain fog, lower inflammation, and way more energy. It's a shortcut to stabilizing your sugar levels while boosting mental clarity at the same time. Trick number 6. Salt water. This one surprises a lot of people, but sea salt, plain old natural salt, can calm blood sugar spikes caused by stress. Here's the deal. When you're stressed, emotionally, physically, mentally, your body pumps out cortisol, which then spikes your blood sugar. It's part of the fight or flight response. And guess what? That late night stress is exactly why you're craving chips or something salty. Your body is crying out for sodium. By adding a bit of high-quality sea salt to your evening meal, or even just mixing a pinch in a glass of water, you can stop that stress-induced blood sugar surge in its tracks. You'll feel calmer, sleep better, and avoid those weird midnight cravings. It's one of the simplest tricks in this list, but honestly, one of the most overlooked. Especially helpful if your blood sugar tends to creep up at night or you have trouble sleeping. Trick number 7. Dry fasting. Alright, now for the most powerful, most effective way to lower your blood sugar fast. Yes, I said dry. Not just skipping meals, not just drinking water and avoiding food. We're talking no food and no water. And before you think it sounds extreme, let me break down why this works, and how you might already be doing it without even realizing. So here's the big difference. Water fasting means you're not eating anything, but you're still drinking water. Dry fasting means you're doing neither. No food, no liquids, nothing. And interestingly, this isn't some strange ritual. In fact, many people, including myself, have been dry fasting for years without knowing it. For example, I often don't feel thirsty until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I naturally end up not drinking or eating anything until later in the day, especially after dinner. So technically that's a form of dry fasting. Now, what actually happens during dry fasting that makes it so effective for blood sugar? It starts with mild dehydration. I know that sounds counterintuitive because we're always told to stay hydrated, but when you're dry fasting, the lack of extra water in your system means there's nothing to dilute your blood sugar, no water to buffer it, and that puts your body in a unique position where it has to act fast. The body responds by raising a hormone that does the opposite of insulin. While insulin stores sugar, this hormone helps reduce blood sugar levels by encouraging the body to use it up instead. It's almost like flipping a metabolic switch. But that's not all. Dry fasting also increases growth hormone, which plays a key role in fat burning and muscle preservation. Your body, under this mild stress, activates its internal healing and antioxidant systems. Think of it as a natural reset button. Your body produces its own protective compounds in response to the fast. As all of this unfolds, you get better glucose transport into your muscles. You're not just reducing sugar floating in your blood, you're putting it to work where it belongs. The result? A faster drop in blood sugar, improved insulin sensitivity, and a powerful shift into fat-burning mode, driven by ketone production. This is why people who try dry fasting often report sharper focus, reduced inflammation, and better energy, even before they've eaten anything. And here's the thing, you don't need to do it for days. Even a short dry fast, just delaying food and drink until the late afternoon, can yield serious benefits. Of course, dry fasting isn't for everyone. If you're pregnant, have medical conditions, or are on medication, consult a healthcare provider first. But if you're metabolically healthy and want a fast-track way to cut blood sugar, burn fat, and spark healing, dry fasting might be the trick that changes everything. Now let's talk about something really important. Look, these 7 tricks are incredibly powerful. They work fast, they're natural, and they give you a lot of control over your own health. But if your blood sugar levels are staying high no matter what you try, or worse, they're swinging up and down like a roller coaster, you need to talk to a professional. If you're feeling dizzy, extremely fatigued, thirsty all the time, or if your vision is getting blurry or your wounds are taking forever to heal, those are red flags. Your body is waving a giant flag, and you don't want to ignore it. Sometimes, high blood sugar is a symptom of something bigger going on, like undiagnosed diabetes, hormonal imbalances, or issues with your pancreas or liver. And while natural remedies and lifestyle changes are amazing tools, they're not a substitute for medical care when things get serious. So don't wait until it gets worse. A quick checkup could save you from long-term complications like nerve damage, kidney issues, or heart disease. Now here's the truth. None of these tricks matter if you keep spiking your sugar every day with a poor diet. Keep sugar low so you don't have to rescue yourself every time. But when life happens, and it always does, these 7 tricks have your back. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next big tip that could completely change your health.